The second segment of the Nightly News is brought to you by Labrie Credit Union. Labrie Credit Union. We are not a bank. We are better. Welcome back. The transport sector was shaken by the death of another minibus driver over the weekend. President of the Viewfort Minibus Association, Mr. Marcellinus Faisal, is exhorting his members to follow the protocols for the safety of drivers and passengers alike.
Well, it's the same thing. If they want to protect themselves, their family, and the public, that the people that we are carrying, what they have to do is to follow the protocols. Sanitize sanitize the bus, sanitize the people that is boarding the bus, make sure the people wear their masks, make sure they wear the mask, and the front seat have only one passenger at the front, and that's it. Basically, just follow the protocols. That's what you have to do, and that's what we are advising everybody to do, and carry the 10 passengers until they give us the okay to go ahead and carry more than 10. So that's what we're advising them to do all the time. So I'm asking all drivers that are not doing that to protect St. Lucia, to protect themselves, to protect their family, and to protect others. Follow the protocols. Wash their hands, sanitize, wear their mask, make sure everybody wear a mask, and, carry the 10 passengers. And I think we will get somewhere one day.
The visiting UK Minister of State, Anne-Marie Trevelyan, undertook a first-hand tour of the major climate-resilient projects on St. Lucia, which have been funded by her government. We hear more in this report.
Thank you very much.
Minister of State for Business, Energy and Clean Growth from the United Kingdom, Anne-Marie Trevelyan, visited St. Lucia to witness firsthand some of the adaptation projects funded by the UK government. One of the key projects she visited was the Millennium Highway and West Coast Road Rehabilitation Project.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing for myself exactly where this road will go and to understand just how important it's going to be for so many of St. Lucia's residents, but also, of course, for tourists as they come to visit your wonderful island.
Minister Trevelyan is also the Adaptation and Resilience Champion for COP26, hosted in the UK this year. She noted that vulnerable countries like St. Lucia face challenges due to big climatic changes, such as flooding, which washes away roads. She stressed the importance of building new structures with resilience in mind, understanding the impacts of climate change.
We are doing the same in the UK. We are building roads that have to be more resilient to our weather shocks, and that's part of what we want to be doing as we make sure that the funds that we spend to help infrastructure for those countries that need it too is doing exactly the same thing, so that St. Lucian citizens have the opportunity to benefit from solid infrastructure, which means that the economic growth can continue and we can see St. Lucia go from strength to strength.
The minister and her team received an overview of the Millennium Highway project, which outlined areas such as project scope, requirements, funding, risks, and project timeline. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Infrastructure, Ivor Daniel, who accompanied the minister on the tour, said this is a project that all St. Lucians should be excited about due to the road safety, sustainability, and resilience considerations featured in the design of the project.
This project, the design wasn't, I could say, not the typical design. It's one where in there was the issue of the climate vulnerability assessment that had to be conducted prior to and that had to inform the design that the consultant had to put together. The consultant also had to take into consideration the outcome of an IRAP study, which is a road safety study. And there are also other issues of gender-related matters that have to be taken on board. We need to have taken on board the matters with the project-affected persons. We need to ensure that those vendors that will be displaced, that there is a new location for them, or there is some manner in which that would satisfy them, that they can continue to survive in this country.
He said the overall project has been divided into 3 lots. Lot 1 has been awarded and is due to commence in September 2021. Lots 2 and 3 are being rescoped for rebidding. Nicholas Johnny is the project coordinator for the Millennium Highway and West Coast Road Rehabilitation Project.
This represents a major infrastructural project of existing roads, approximately 40.2 kilometers of road. It commences in Castries at the Bunnan roundabout, and it ends in Soufrière at the Soufrière Bridge, though. 6.1 kilometers from Castries to Cul-de-Sac. You have 11 kilometers from cul-de-sac to Ancillary, inclusive of the reconstruction of the Ancillary Bridge, which will see the demolition of the existing bridge behind us and the reconstruction of a new bridge, two-lane bridge, and then you have the final segment, which will be from Ancillary all the way down to Soufrière.
Along the tour, we spoke to two individuals from Marigot and Ancillary respectively, who will be directly impacted by the project. They expressed their satisfaction with the level of consultation and arrangements made to facilitate them during and post-project execution.
It will be better for me in the long run because I'm not really safe where I am because I'm on the roadside, so I'm going to move further away from the road.
Oui, on a parlé avec moi, bah dans ma qui devine là l'autre Jean gouvernement a venu parler avec moi. Moi quand fait un bon projet, moi accepté. A tout monde depuis moi pour chiffre, moi quand chiffre man pièce problème avec ça. Because projet a fait faveur moi, pas faveur village là oui. Pas faveur toute machine qui passe là parce que là elle a pris en chaque machine gagne quoi dommage en pour ça. Pour ça a besoin changer, mais besoin sortir tout bon.
The project is estimated at US $54 million, comprising UK CIF funding of 69%, a CDB loan of 15%, and 17% is funded by the government of St. Lucia. When completed, the project will improve the overall road network, improve infrastructural resilience and connectivity, which is projected to foster greater economic activity for St. Lucia. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
The government of St. Lucia says it is determined to improve the healthcare situation in the south of the island. Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre has stated that immediate steps will be taken to improve the situation, starting with a review of the St. Jude's reconstruction project.
The government of St. Lucia has taken initial steps to improve the healthcare conditions in the south of the island. The Cabinet of Ministers on Wednesday, 25th August 2021 held a site visit at the St. Jude's Hospital reconstruction site. Upon assessment of the structure, Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre says it is with urgency that the government is seeking to remedy the ailments of the health sector. 3 options will be presented to a committee of professionals approved by the Cabinet to decipher the preeminent course of action. Honorable Pierre emphasized that the government's priority is bringing reprieve to citizens of the south of the island in the shortest possible time.
A committee has been approved by Cabinet to look into these 3 options. Option number 1, whether we continue work on the new building. Option number 2, whether we move into the east wing. And option number 3, whether we improve the conditions for the time being at the stadium. Because the conditions at the stadium cry to heaven for vengeance. People cannot be in these conditions. And the government's prime objective is to improve the situation for the patients, the staff, and the people who work at the stadium.
Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs Honorable Moses Shabatas will be working closely with the appointed committee to ensure swift redress of the situation.
Our government is very serious about moving the patients, the staff, and from the stadium to ensure that they are in better conditions. We are very serious about it, and I'm going to be working very closely with the team which has been appointed by the Cabinet, and we take this very seriously. So at the level of Cabinet, we have appointed a group of professionals, and I will be working very closely with them. The Prime Minister has instructed that I work with them very closely to ensure that we can monitor what is happening and to ensure that we can deliver to the people of the South and St. Lucia what we promised.
Honorable Moses Shabatas, echoing the sentiments of the Prime Minister, says delivering quality healthcare to the people of the South remains the government's precedence.
We have been in discussions with Dr. Francois, who is the current officer in charge. We have been in discussions with the management staff at the St. Jude Hospital at the stadium, and we know that there are challenges. We know that the X-ray machine, for example, has gone down again, and our government is placing conditions at the hospital, the equipment, the X-ray machine at St. Jude's and the other public facilities at the top of its priority list. And now we are working feverishly to ensure that these pieces of equipment get the attention and the service in which they require. So we want to tell you that we are ensuring that healthcare remains at the top of our priority list.
The committee is expected to present recommendations to the government within a 4-week period. From the Government Information Service, I'm Hilmeti Mark, reporting.
Stay tuned for more news after the break.
The second segment of the nightly news was brought to you by Labrie Credit Union. Labrie Credit Union. We are not a bank. We are better.